Diski Parliament, my people, as always, another day, another episode. Welcome back to another episode here on Diski Parliament. As I promised when I said I will see you in the next episode, this is the next episode. My name is Siyabonga Shabang, a member and the speaker of Diski Parliament. Today I have a very, very special guest, Bafethu, Mr. Mbambo. Kanjani mfowethu?
Mr. Shabango, how's it, sir?
Great. Ngiyaphusheka mfo.
Akufana bafo.
Mfo nje before siqale ngifuna ukudlulisa kubonga ukuthi namhla sijoyinwe nguwe la parliament. Si appreciate kakhulu isikhathi sakho, si appreciate kakhulu nale knowledge lot ayishare namuhla.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's really an honor ukuthi ngibe la District Parliament and to join lama analysis la ohlezi uba nawo abo folks and everyone. So yeah, it's really an honor.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu but the reason why ngik-invitile ukuthi we always talk about football and most of the time me and now we are not on the same page.
We are never on the same page.
We are never on the same page. So just to give my viewers an introduction, this is a man that I work with last Spanda Corner.
Yeah.
We always talk about football and he's a big football fan, but unfortunately not a South African football fan. So this is why I had to invite him to the show today, just to understand his reasoning why he's not supporting South African football. And also, what can we do in order to convince people like him to support for South African football? Because I feel as South Africans, we need to develop and improve our football. And we need to make sure that the support starts locally. Yabo. So, if not understand, Mr. Mbambo, man, currently, which league are you supporting? Which football club are you supporting? And also, what drew you to supporting that team?
All right. Currently, the league that I watch the most is English Premier League and La Liga. Here and there, ECR or any Bundesliga and League One because of the big teams like your PSG and what's not. So what made me good thing support those, like, is the team that I support is Real Madrid and Man United. And you know the history of Man United. You cannot state it manje, but it's a decent team. And ngikule ekaya umalume netime here and there they would open it bevulelona. And ever since I was a kid, mangbuka EPSL compared to EPL, you get to see the difference, the huge difference. And it's like EPL ever since back in the days, buff. You saw the intensity. The grounds are always packed. Like everyone, if let's say for instance, it's a Manchester, everyone in Manchester is either a Man United fan or a Man City fan. That is how it is. That's why a stadium, when you go there, the people are singing, the fans are bantering each other. It's always more than just a game of football. Yeah, So that's what I like more about Lamanye Ama leagues compared to our very own league. Because I'm from Durban, but for now, yes. As I'm from Durban, anginandaba when Amazulu are playing. Whether Amazulu are relegated or what, anginandaba, it doesn't bother me at all. But when the big game like Soweto Derby is coming to Durban, everyone is going to go there. But it's a stadium. But then when their own teams are playing, Amazulu, Golden Arrows, no one cares. Which I believe is wrong. Because yenza iligi ibore in a sense that ayibi nalolu goes no fuku there is a game and there is a team from maybe 5 kilometers away from where you stay that is playing against Sundowns or some big team. Lento yenza ukuthi ibhola lethu equality yalo ingabi yinhle and it's not entertaining enough.
Yabo. Ngiyakubamba lapho and 100% on the money. So you feel like as South Africans, we must support like our local teams. Like for example, people in Soweto must be supporting Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. People in KZN must be supporting Amazulu and all of that. But then you are not supporting Amazulu, but you are from KZN. You are not supporting any of the South African teams. So what is it, Lele Wenda Wena, not to support? Is it a matter of talent, skill? Is it a matter of infrastructure? What's the pain point Lekwenza ungasupporti i-local football.
When it comes to the talent, I wouldn't want to like Ngiti, we don't have enough talent. We've produced many talent over the years, like Abu Lucas Hadebe from Obo, who's this guy, Penny McCarthy, going down to Steven Pienaar, like the old legends that are playing or were playing for the leagues that I admire, and we all admire and we love watching them. Now, as a South African football lover, I'm sure when you look at the EPL, you sometimes wonder, is this AI or laban bayadlala like kahle compared to South African football? So when it comes to talent, I would say we have talent, we have discovered a lot of talent, but I feel like there's a gap when it comes to like from eqaleni kuma-developments. The only players we get to invest in as South Africans are players around 18 years, 19 years. Like, for that time, players should be known. Like, for instance, look at Ikaria Mbappe for an example. The time Mbappe was 18, he was playing in the World Cup. In South Africa, we haven't gotten a player.
You give him 10 more years.
We are born again. We haven't got a player who's like 21, who's playing maybe at an AFCON, or Kalayo, who's in the starting 11, not because we feel sorry for the guy, but because he's deserving to be there. And the only way you can get that is going to development. You need to develop players at an early stage, because kuthiwa lugotsha lusemanzi. Angeke usamgoba umuntu osekana 22. You cannot make them a matured player by 25. By 25 you're still developing them, because lento it grows with a player or with the person. If now you're not taught respect from an early age, angeke shabangu ngize ngikusukele sewuna 21 ithi shabangu uma ubona umuntu endleleni uyambulisa, uyabona. That is not how it goes. So we really should implement strategies and invest more kuma development as teams. We are seeing that with the big three teams, which is Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, and Pirates, which is good, but
I think you should
also
start with Orlando Pirates there, because it's the best in terms of development.
yeah, they were just not in order, Shabangu, because the current champions, I can see. But yeah, it's something that is really needs to be relooked when it comes to AMA developments. The big three teams are starting it, and kuhle to see like the likes of Aborele being seen in like world stage as Sobabon and transfers. They're getting those calls, those huge calls. It's really important for South African football as a whole, and for Mbogazi, that's a huge shout out. Besides Ugutu was a KZN, but I'm super proud of the guy, and it shows Uguti if Singayenza Lento in every kind of player, we can get something. We can have Bafana that is built around 7 or 6 players that are playing internationally. Singabi nabadlali like Forster, I don't have anything against the guy, but he's playing in the big league, but he's not deserving to be in the Bafana squad. Let's just be honest. But
he hasn't been delivering.
Yeah, because also you cannot play a player just because he's playing in EPL. What is he doing in the EPL? Is he scoring goals, or is he just there in the EPL team?
So in the EPL, when done, like
that's my question exactly.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch much of European football.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I understand that first. I mean, I'm judge based on what I see. Bafana. Can you maybe just give us some context as to what is his current performance in the EPL, and Yindemenda deserving? Abe, you said he's not deserving to be in the Bafana squad, but Yindengamenda, Coach Hugo Bros, I'm selected because I've known Coach Hugo Bros for selecting the best quality just in terms of Bafana.
I would say the coach sees that the guy is exposed to the high intensity that is being displayed with EPL on a daily. So in the EPL, just to give you some viewers context, there's never a game which you regard as a game or it's not that important, because you may play against a team that is number 16 and still beat Man City, who's running or who's challenging for the league. That is how intense the league is. I like that. So seeing Forster in the eyes of the coach, probably he thought just because he's exposed to that, he's used to playing games are intense, they are challenging physically and everything. He's used to running around because the runs they make there, like, they're huge, and you need to be able to like pass the ball, make space to receive the ball or mark the ball. So you're always on your feet, always on your toes, always chasing after the ball or carrying the ball. So that is how it transitioned. The EPL transition from you defending the ball to you scoring a goal is a matter of seconds, not minutes. So that is how I think Hugo Bros saw the guy. He saw him and thought he can add that intensity into the team, and provided that he can stay fit, because our South African players, I'm not saying they're unfit, but they are not as fit as the players with EPL. And that also goes down to infrastructure or the facilities that our South African teams are making use of.
I was gonna go there, but before we talk of the infrastructure, right? First, I would like to understand. You mentioned, which I think is a solid point, right? That in Europe, in the EPL, right, there is no game that is not important. Every game, like a big team might be playing a small team, but you can tell with the intensity of the game, even the small team is like challenging that big team, just in terms of skill, quality, attack, defensive, everything, right? Do you then, looking at South African football, feel like this is something that most people are criticizing the PSL of, that the league is dominated by a few big teams, right? Just a few. Is that what makes the league more predictable, knowing that, okay, either Pirates or Mamelodi Sundowns is going to win the league? Is that what makes the league boring? Because there's only just few big teams that are going head to head. We know that the small teams are not even gonna come near to competing with the big teams.
Yeah, I feel like it also goes down to the effects of us not supporting our local teams. It goes as deep as that also, because if you know, Shabangu, that your dad is there in the stadium, your neighbor is there in the stadium, you're going to play for that badge. Trust me. But then you're playing against 100%. Chiefs, who's got half of the fan base, and then you have like maybe 25%, and then the rest is empty. What are you playing for? You get me? No one is there to watch you. Your cousin is not there to watch you, but they live down the road. You get me? So you're not playing for anything. You don't have that thing in you. It's the same as Usayingane Shabangu. There is games at school when you look around, nali time and all it. You get to be like, let me just go out and do what I have to do, because nangumzali.
Exactly.
I have the support, you get me? I have the support to do it. You're gonna give it your all, because you have the support that you require as a player. Whether you're a kid or mgaganani, but it's no use, Guti. You're giving it your all, but there's no one to support you and praise you for your little actions, which add up to something. And also with the big teams, look at how they do it. They have the fan base. Chiefs can be playing at Northwest. You're gonna see the fans. They will be there to support their team. Chiefs can lose 4 games in a row. The fans will be there in the 5th game. They win that game. They bash everyone. They say it's a holiday.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Even the players, they know themselves. We can fumble 3 games. The fans will always have our back. Chiefs can lose 4 games, like I said, and then be telling you that they are the biggest team. The fans of Chiefs can tell you that. But Arrows can win 5 games. No one cares. It's the sad reality that makes like the league to be seen as boring and all of that. Yeah, because even if Arrows win 5 games in a row, beating Chiefs, Sundowns, and Pirates all in that row, no one is gonna be proud of it, because no one supports them. So the players don't have something to play for in terms of like the bragging rights and all of that. But when Shabangu, you can tell me now that let's say I'm a Chiefs fan, which I was before, but that's the story for another day. Okay. So now, when Shabangu, you can come to me and be like, last season I won 3 trophies. What you want? Mina, as a Chiefs fan, I would say I'm celebrating. What is that?
You had a video call with Mukoko.
Yes.
You also draw with Orlando Pirates.
You see,
that's your achievement.
That's the only achievement I have. So, it's it hurts me deep down. I won't lie. I'm not supporting Chiefs like publicly, but I know it was, hey man, why are you Siyabonga winning? These boys, why aren't they winning? But for Arrows, those people don't care. Whether they get CAF Confederation Cup or not, or they get relegated, it's a matter of, oh, Arrows is out. That's it. No one cares. You get me? Even let's say your cousin plays for Arrows, you don't care. You don't even go to a stadium because you don't have that thing. But for Ama Chiefs fans, those people would travel from here, Cape Town, Ashone Joes, just to watch them for only 90 minutes and then come back. See how much they're invested in their team. So it's also a matter of what are you playing for? Because even the badge itself, those Widlalela carries a lot of stuff. Because the legends about Chiefs and Pirates, I can't say much about Sundowns because everyone knows good Sundowns is just a 10-year-old baby. But see, that's a story for another day, guys.
But what have I done?
Sundowns meaning about competition in Man City. To me, they are the same thing. It's just it's because of but money talks.
I think there's a point that you mentioned about support, right? I can share a story. Good see, support is really important, right? There was a time back in the days I used to do a lot of running. I was doing the 100-meter dash. I was doing 200-meter dash, but I was more strong my long distance. I was also doing 1.5. I was also doing a 5,000, right? There was a time where I was being 100-meter dash and feel la pelaini. Then in the crowd, Mangitinyabu, Timer and Oli, they were standing there. And I was competing na lomnyumjita bathing David bekahlala angishiya to 100 meters bengimkhona to 200 meters ngoba ngimbamba ngestamina uyangithola. But that day ngamshiya because ngathi mangibuka ngabona isupport ema parents lento leyo yangiposta immoral and ngifuna kubuya ngokubambe ngemagama akho ukuthi you are not supporting my local teams yet you state more that we lack support. How do we then expect our boys to perform well, to do great, to have that high level of morale if you are the corporate that's contributing to the lack of morale because there is no support? You were a Chiefs fan, but at some point you stopped supporting Chiefs, given that they were not performing well. They started falling back and all of those reasons. How do you then expect our level of football to grow? Because I feel it is all our responsibility to then go and support European football because our South African football is not doing great. I don't feel it is the solution and I don't feel it is the right way of developing our players in order for us to be up there in the big leagues.
Okay. I'm guilty of that as charged, Mr. Shawangu, but I can't run away from the fact that, just like I said earlier on, I'm a huge fan of intensity, like the analytical part of football, which is something that we lack. As a country, which is something that we lack as a country. And that thing from watching from their games with EPL that usually play around 12, then end around 2 inch. Then PSL is gonna start at 3. And then when you get to watch that, you're like, what am I watching? Like, what am I actually watching? Moving from maybe Burnley versus Spurs, the game ended maybe in a 4-4 draw. Can you imagine 8 goals in one game? In South Africa, you guys will think it's AI. You guys will think it's AI. You guys will surely think it's AI. Yeah, well, that is how I transitioned from living this football. And in terms of like the smallest details as to like being able to switch my wingers, having wingers, or was Susa from being a winger to being a striker in one game. Like to take maybe, for instance, let's take Umahopa. You can play Umahopa as a winger. You can pull Ulontuzane, who's this guy who really inside and be a target man in one game in a matter of minutes. Maybe this 5 minutes, this other one is playing in the middle, this other one is playing as a false 9. You get me? Those smallest of detail. And then maybe first 5 minutes, Mahopa is a target man, you guys don't get a goal. Then the coach, Utaturele produces a goal. That is what I want. That is what I need to see. You know, if you're playing a 4-4-2, turn your 4-4-2 into a 4-4-3. You get me? into a 4-3-3, like in a matter of minutes as a coach, be able to change the tactics in the game without sticking. If for instance, you're getting into a game, you see that your team is playing a low block, why keep on attacking them like Gama long pause and everything? Because since they're playing a low block, pass a move, they are waiting for you to send those balls, and then they're gonna pass or keep. Well, rather find another way you go to break those people in the game without actually making subs and what's not. Be creative as a coach, which is something we don't have in South Africa. So my is Carlo like Zami is Ninga. It's about the coaching, the style the coaches do, like the kinds of coaches we have. Like South Africa, we have coaches like Hugo Bros. You cannot be telling me you playing against Chiefs. Chiefs in the previous years, they are not fighting for anything, guys. Let's be honest. Why play a low block against Chiefs? What is there for you to lose? Those people who number 6, 7, or 8. Yeah, well, why be afraid of those people? Just play ball. Get in the field, tell your players, go out, enjoy yourselves. Vele, you are not fighting for any relegation battle or anything like Abu Arrows, Amazulu, which we have seen like they have been developing in the previous 3 years or so. So why Amazulu are going to play against Chiefs or Pirates? Then you find Amazulu sitting in the back. You're like, what are these people doing? Like, you get to ask yourself, Uti, what did the coach say to these people? Did he actually say, this is a big team, you have to respect them? In Europe, you don't get that. In Europe, you may find Man United being battered 4-0.
Going head to head with a small team.
Chief, not even head to head, being battered 4-0 at halftime. And then you know your team is cooked. There was a game Liverpool got beaten 7-1 by Aston Villa. I think it was 2020 something, but in the previous 4 years, that happened. I was watching that game, Chief. I couldn't believe my eyes, but it actually happened. Because the small teams that side don't have the mindset of a small teams. Even coach Wakona is not afraid to go toe to toe with the other team because he knows Uguti, I'm playing, it's 11 against 11. Uguti, I'm a stat on paper, I'm lower than them. Whatever is on paper doesn't work in the battlefield. That is what the South African coaches and the players need to have in their minds. Uguti, Lapa sialingan. We get everything's the same. Ref, the playground, everything is just the same, guys. So Tina, we lack local, and our coaches, maybe our decisions were, but they're just not educated enough, if I may put it that way. Yeah, but and also like my coaching is into the gadgets and all of that, the videos. I feel like it's important to have those so that we can prepare. Like
What about VR?
VR, I would say VR would be a good addition to our football, but it will not improve it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it will improve like how we officiate and all of that, but it will not improve how the teams are currently playing.
What do you make of the current, the way we officiate currently? What do you make of that?
There was something, the last time I was watching
Be careful when you
PSL.
comment here because my mother is also one of the officials, so I don't want to be offended.
But there is something worked to a soccer zone which used to play on a Monday.
Yeah,
I used
I
to
remember
hate
soccer
Leandro. I used to hate Leandro because what do you mean was it going to be offside in your weekend? Then on a Monday when I would see onside. But then niggas wrong team. I bought and would see I science sense and yenza amongst the fans.
Yeah.
Ball. Hence we should have VAR. But officiating here too, I would say over the years it's decent because I no longer see people complaining about offside or yellow cards or red cards that were given. As like previously, before that thing was introduced, officer zone, being able to display Guti, Luamdlale wasn't supposed to get a red card. Maybe it was harsh. Maybe it should have been a yellow card. Yeah, but also over the years, I think it's which is a good thing. But overall, we do need VAR to step in. My final decisions like could be clear, but also now VAR, we're seeing it in the big leagues, even now in the World Cup. You can tell what there is human intervention. So
I saw the game Egypt and Argentina, that goal, the Egyptian goal that was disallowed because of VAR. Sometimes it can ruin them the game. I want us to close about, you were making a comment about the infrastructure, our infrastructure. Is there anything that maybe that is hindering our development, our growth with regards to infrastructure aid?
I feel like the teams are not partnering up to get sponsorships from the big brands. As you've seen, like in this World Cup even goes to ads, which is the first time Giboni Polele adverts, but it's because they want the money. In order for you to invest in what you have, you need to have sponsorships. You need to have be out there. People must talk about you. You get me? They must talk about you. You need to have the funds, whatever you need to do in order for you to prosper. If I may put it like that, I think it could be that and the element like maybe they can go the route of Chiefs or Sundowns and Pirates, which we've seen them partnering up with Abopia, Amstel, Black Label has been funding those guys. The big guys, both Vodacom and what's not. You find a Mazulu t-shirt a plain because they don't have those kinds of sponsors, they don't have the kind of funding. So yenza ukuthi kube nzima, and that is how you're going to invest in infrastructure. As you've seen in Orlando Pirates have partnered. Yabona bane Amstel manje, and you get to see ukuthi bona they ilontuza an infrastructure yabo, or the ground is going to be improved as compared to Amazulu who are playing at Kings Wellington Stadium. I don't know if you've been there or have seen it.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, I live close to it, so it's not that great.
It's
you
not
get
great.
me?
And yeah, it used to be Orlando Stadium. Now it's Orlando Amstel Arena. So eventually there are plans in place to develop that stadium into an arena and have it like enclosed. Things that we normally see in Europe and obviously in Morocco here in Africa. Yeah, and thank you very much for your time and also for the knowledge that you shared. I think, Bafet, this is food for thought for everyone. Please do let us know what you think of the information that we've shared today with you. Do digest it, consume it, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Mr. Mbambo, I would like to challenge you, right? You talked a lot about support. I would like to challenge you to support our PSL, right? Go back to supporting Kaizer Chiefs. And I would like to challenge you this upcoming season, the 2026-2027 season. Watch as many games as you can. And I would like to also extend my invite to you, that when we watch the big games here, do join us. So that I'm hoping that the love for Diski will return, because I can see it's there. I can tell from the way you talk, the passion, that it's something that is bothering you. And you are not alone. There are many people like you that we hope as we improve, because we've seen ukuthi ibhola lakhaya liyathuthuka mfethu, yabo, liyathuthuka kakhulu. So siyanzika majita ukuthi let us support ibhola lakhaya, let us stand behind our boys, because support yethu, it matters. You've mentioned the people in Manchester City, they support Manchester City. They support Manchester United. The people in Liverpool, they support Liverpool. So I think we need to also work on that as South African. Let us back the boys. Let us fill up the stadiums. But otherwise, any closing words that you have for us today?
I would like to say thank you, Sia, for inviting me over. It's been an honor and a great experience talking to you, besides Msebenzini, and we always end up fighting about that. But
Yeah, about Ebola.
yeah, Ebola hlezi lizosixabanisa, but yeah, it's really good to be here, and I've been watching a lot of your videos and analysis that the guys give, and it's a really good channel to have, and to be part of it is really great. And I hope Uti in the next game, or maybe first game of PSL, because I don't want us to use the word big games or small games.
Yeah.
Because I want everyone to see every game as a big game.
Okay.
So because each and every point your game, whether you get 3 point or 1 point, that contributes to you not getting relegated, you getting top 8, you getting into
Top
CAF.
three, you're getting to winning the title.
Yeah, so each and every game counts and matters. So I want us as South Africans to remove the mindset of saying there are small games, then there are big games. Because if it be small, maybe Bezoba, Makufe Cup, but I'm not saying anything.
You're gonna get yourself into trouble.
But it's the truth. It's the truth.
It's the truth. Siyabonga kakhulu Mr. Babo for joining us. This is just one of the many episodes that we will have you here at Deski Parliament. I think we enjoyed having you here, and our viewers will surely enjoy your analysis and your way of thinking with around football as a whole. Bafethu, siyabonga kakhulu for watching up to this far. Do like the video, do subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. This is Siyabonga Shabangu Bafethu, a member and a speaker of Diski Parliament. I will make this promise again. I will see you in the next episode. Danke Bafethu.